And but we are very fortunate today that we have somebody from Kashmir Valley who lived through what is happening there since 1990. He was born in 1990, and while young people there resisting through various means, he has chosen a very innovative and in the local context, very innovative, but worldwide very popular weapon of resistance, and that is music. He does hip-hop, and I think I will invite him first to briefly tell us what he has seen, what is happening there, and then we can. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Roshan Elai. Mr. Roshan Elai is also known as MC Cash.
MC Cash, over to you.
Thank you very much. See, as a Kashmiri, there's not much to celebrate back home. Within 105, 106 days of curfew right now, so for the past 26 years, every day has been a sort of mourning for us. And I don't know, I mean, to celebrate, it's not something that I'm used to. Even in Kashmir, and recently, the last Eid, we weren't allowed to celebrate Eid because they placed a curfew on Eid. They didn't even allow us to offer namaz as well. It was, that's how we celebrated, So India imposed strict curfew on civilian movement and on our masjids, our mosques. So the biggest of mosques in Kashmir were under clampdown. So it's different for me to be here in the first place, to be outside of Kashmir. In Europe, I've been in Sweden, I've been here, and now I'm here, and really it's different for me to see the people here. They want to celebrate because it's important to celebrate certain things in life, and to have a flag, to have a day to celebrate, it's important because that's how we build as a community, as a society. Together we celebrate something. And what I would really like to say is that we have to keep in our hearts and our minds the people of Kashmir who children as young as him have been, where children as young as him have been shot at. Like people as young as these girls, they have been blinded. Women, children, men, old men, it doesn't matter. In the past 105 days, in the past 26 years, people have been ruthlessly killed. I mean, we all know that. I have bore witness to that. Many of us have done that, but it's important to celebrate so that our children, our future, remembers that we have lost so much, but we as a community were so resilient that we still find it in our hearts to celebrate. So it's important that we celebrate Kashmir, its history, its people, and struggle. So maybe I'll talk more later, but right now,
Thank you.
because hip-hop is mostly rap, it's poetry. And yesterday as well, I taught it. But you have to understand that what I write is it's different. It's hip-hop music, but it's true to hip-hop music, it's true to the streets. Because the streets I come from, they're very different. It's military occupation. And what you see in military occupations, tons of guns. When I talk, I get so emotional when I talk about guns because they are so intrinsic to how I grew up. All I saw was guns. So my lyrics, my poetry is very different. They come knocking on my door every night, looking for a rebel in the eyes of my child. They blind to the innocence, murder all the residents, hiding all the evidence, rising up to prominence, scared of the dissidents. Innocence, the common sense is to brutally suppress all voices or shoot pellets to blind. Automatic weapons at hand can kill anyone, anywhere, anytime. And they're knocking on my door every night, looking for a rebel in the eyes of my child. They blind to the innocence, to their own wickedness, control the populace militarily. Let me make it clear, you can't hide, you can't run. They are everywhere, with their hands on their guns, armed convoys on highways, gaspers in the streets, spies all around, listen, then your heart beats. So it's when I say there are gaspers in the streets, there are armed convoys in the streets, there are spies in the streets, and it's true. The military presence of the Indian military presence in Kashmir is 700,000 strong. It's the most militarized zone in the world. They hold all kinds of powers. They can kill and they get away with that. So killers of young children, they walk free in Kashmir. The Indian state, it refuses to even punish killers in their ranks. Killers who have killed lawyers, doctors, students, children, it doesn't matter. And the fact that they go scot-free, it builds so much anger inside every Kashmiri, or inside every human being, as it should. Because murderers, they don't deserve to live in the same society as sane people. India refuses to even jail them. India even refuses to persecute them. So if you kill, you can get away with impunity. So they have impunity to kill. But Kashmiris, from where I come from, they have always resisted. They have resisted in different ways. Our struggle is mostly non-violent. We take out protest marches, which is where millions of people join in. We have songs of freedom. One of our songs is the word, it revolves around the word called Azadi, which means freedom. And we go around, we march chanting that song of Azadi. But there are different ways we resist as well. There are poets now, there are artists, there's a different breed of resistance going in Kashmir, which is done through stone building. But just like in Palestine, because the oppressed, they have only a few ways to resist, and stone building has become one of those ways. It's better than taking up guns. It's not that violent, but once again it's stones versus bullets, so it's not a match. But still, that anger of seeing killers walk free, at least it's the least that people think that they can do. But then again, resistance. So one of my songs, it goes like, rebels in an alley, resistance in the air. We are down for the cause, we done murdered all our fears. No more pain, we are gain, it's liberty or it's death. The wretched of this earth will soon be standing like the rest. Let's sing from every corner, there's honor in defiance. My people organizing, got my rebels in alliance. The poet and the scholar, guerrilla and the farmer, contributing to the cause like the essence of a martyr. Fighting and resisting till a day will come to pass, when the last will be first and the first will be last. We are a curse for oppression, a hearse for the tyrant. The voice of resistance will never stay silent. We are stronger than before, got the jaw at our feet. Motivated till the end, ain't no stopping or retreat. There will never be submission, so there'll never be defeat. We will rise in the streets like a rebel republic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was good.
Thank you. And now,
Yeah, I'm just going to pick up on what you spoke about then, really. And it's, a lot of people don't realise what people are going back anywhere in the world unless they come from that. I thought it was really interesting that when you say about the fact that we're celebrating this, I think that's one thing that Manchester, especially in this country, is something to be very proud of. And if it's something, Kashmir Day, whether it's, we're recognising our cultures, our different beliefs, our different religions, the people who represent Manchester, the people who live in Manchester, and that's across, it's a wide angle really. But I think what's important is the fact that we do recognise, we do honour and we do respect our communities. And I think that's why it's important to have this. And I know celebrate is probably not the right word, that coming from what you're saying then, it's also recognising, it's having that understanding And again, there's one thing I've said right from day one is about respecting our communities. And I think that's the important bit about what this is. It is flying the flag. It's standing together, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder with our communities. And that's what I'm really passionate about. And I know that that's the same with the councillors. And that's the same for Manchester City Council as a whole. So it's very humbling to hear those words. And also one thing I do as Lord Mayor is I'm learning so much about our communities. I mean, I'm from Cumsall. I know we've got a massive population over in Cheetham Hill and across Manchester. And it is, for me, it's very, very humbling to listen to those words. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Appreciate it.